While we all desperately wait for the release of Made in Heaven 2 and there's almost never an update about it, meanwhile Reema Kakti and Zoya Akhtar have produced a slow burn rural entertainer for us. Hello Cinefam and welcome to my review of DAHAAD Season 1, an 8-part series of approximately 50 minutes each episode streaming now on Amazon Prime Video. And it's the first ever Indian web series to premiere at Berlin International Film Festival. DAHAAD follows the story of 3 police officers and their investigation on a serial killer who's out there on the loose. It's set in a small town called Mandava, which soon pans out to the entire of Rajasthan and even beyond that. DAHAAD is not a whodunit. Most things about the killer is revealed in the first episode itself, in fact even in the trailer. So you've no business here if you are expecting thriller moments or bone-chilling murder sequences. This is more of an investigation drama done right, because that's how slow the actual investigations move forward. The way caste politics, gender bias and regressive thoughts of the majority is humanized is one of the few things to look out for in DAHAAD. For instance, there was a cop in the series who was so much into caste that whenever he sees Sonakshi's character S.I. Bhati, he lights an agarbatti. Sonakshi plays a character here who's from a lower caste, so there are a few more scenes like this one too, which are infused with humor but deal with grave issues. So let's talk about the first good thing in the series, and that is the writing. I find the writing very layered and deep rooted in moral thoughts. The gender bias that has been inherent in the public of Rajasthan for such a long time is showed in an empowering manner with the help of a female protagonist, a superior officer who's progressive in thought and has never discriminated between his son and daughter, and another SI who's visibly disturbed and worried for his unborn child and doesn't want to bring her into the world that's so rotten. Especially the 2 male officers' characters here are fleshed out pretty well. Same goes in for the serial killer who puts an act of being a family man and a responsible citizen but is extremely backward in thoughts. The first episode shows the extreme involvement and concerns of family members into the lives of the consenting adults, which ultimately leads to torture and heinous crimes in the cases of interreligion and intercaste marriages. This show is an attempt to reform a society that is so backward that their honor holds more importance for them than their daughters. Number 2. The casting is really genuine and made me quite interested in watching the show. Vijay Varma as the killer is cold-blooded, charming and reliable. Gulshan Devaiah puts forth an excellent performance as a matured, no-nonsense cop. His household scenes are a treat to watch. Be it his lovely conversation with his kids, or be it his constant tussle with his backward wife. Yes, that's what he calls her during a verbal spat. Every scene with him was good. So was Soham Shah's performance. He's had his moments of nuance where he gets to play dumb, sometimes emotional, also innocent, and that's how we feel for his character a lot. For Sonakshi, I'd say that this is her career best. Although it's a one-tone tough girl role, she manages to give her best at all times here. Special mention for Raitasha Rathore, Yogi Singha and Sanghamitra Hitaishi, who gave equally compelling performances. Number 3. The whole show is about realism and what has been happening since years in rural areas. So the commentary here is sharp and is even satiric at times. The sensitive issues have been tackled with a lot of responsibility and sensibility here, while the situational humor in every episode has consistently provided comic relief, saving the series from being dry and barren like the land it's set in. The investigation, as I said before, seemed so realistic and grounded, and that felt great to witness. Now let's move to the flaws in DAHAAD. Number 1. What's pathetic about a series like DAHAAD is that despite having all the ingredients used to make a great show, the makers have settled for mediocrity. With such a great script at hand, with almost a tried and tested formula, and such mature and restrained performers, Reema and Zoya could have made something that's brilliant in its real sense, something that was even more fun to watch. Real things are fun to watch, I think. They could have made this more interesting. One thing that's a flaw for sure is that the show is highly predictable. I predicted every single thing from the first episode, even the last bit of suspense that they held regarding the question about the pill. I guessed it from the onset of it. Part of me knows this formula so well because it's so repetitive, I guess. That's why I guessed everything so quick. If I'm being honest to God here, this has to be the most predictable show I've ever watched. Number 3. Although the long form content is well known for meaty roles and compelling performances, the problem here is the pacing and also how they spoon fed every single small detail into our head about the investigation. Few scenes could have been avoided too in order to make a refined, entertaining series. Although I accept that it is supposed to be a slow burn, realistic drama, it's too slow even for that. No doubt that The Hard is tiringly long, and it's fine if you don't get why they chose to name it this. I didn't get it till 3 hours of watching the show until I figured out that it is, in the literal sense of the word, where the social issues roar to be dealt with. The Hard has a long runtime that's more than 7 hours, and it's overstretched, as I said before, especially for me who's advised rest for eyes after recently being diagnosed with myopia. Thanks to movies, I'm a part time chashmish now. But yeah, this show was a pain for my eyes, literally speaking, not figuratively. That was all about The Hard from my side. Hope you liked the review. Don't forget to go through the playlists on the channel for more such videos. Come here again if you like those and click on the red subscribe button to get notified whenever I upload a video. Stay connected with me on my Twitter. Thank you for your time and I'll see you again.